Have you ever wondered if the very items in your bedroom, the place where you seek rest and rejuvenation, could be silently harming your health as you sleep? For anyone over 65, everyday objects like your alarm clock, phone, or even that cozy electric blanket might be emitting toxic radiation, disrupting your sleep, accelerating aging, and putting your brain and heart at risk. In this video, we'll unveil 7 shocking bedroom culprits that could be stealing your vitality right now. #4 is so common it's likely next to your bed. You need to watch until the end to discover simple, life-changing steps you can take tonight to protect yourself and reclaim your health, ensuring you wake up feeling refreshed and vibrant. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Digital alarm clocks. A silent threat to your brain. The innocuous glow of a digital alarm clock on your nightstand may seem like a comforting staple of modern life, but for seniors, it poses a significant and often overlooked health risk. These devices, which emit electromagnetic fields, EMF, continuously, create an invisible cloud of radiation that surrounds your sleeping space. For individuals over 65, whose bodies are less efficient at cellular repair, the consequences of prolonged EMF exposure can be particularly severe. Research from the International Institute of Building Biology and Ecology highlights that EMF radiation from digital clocks disrupts the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep-wake cycles. This disruption not only leads to poor sleep quality but also weakens immune function, increases oxidative stress at the cellular level, and may contribute to long-term neurological issues. The impact of EMF exposure is compounded by proximity. Many people place their digital clocks within a foot of their pillow, bathing their brain in harmful frequencies for 7 to 8 hours each night. A 2018 study published in Environmental Health Perspectives found that prolonged exposure to low-frequency EMF, such as that emitted by digital clocks, can elevate cortisol levels, exacerbating stress and inflammation in the body. For seniors, this can manifest as chronic insomnia, memory fog, and even an increased risk of neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Consider the case of Margaret, a 68-year-old retired schoolteacher from Ohio. For years, she struggled with debilitating insomnia and morning migraines that left her feeling drained and disoriented. "I felt like my body was betraying me," she shared, her voice heavy with emotion. "I went to countless doctors, tried every sleep aid, but nothing worked." It wasn't until a friend introduced her to the concept of EMF exposure that she considered her bedside digital clock, positioned just 10 inches from her head. After replacing it with a battery-powered analog clock, Margaret noticed a dramatic improvement within days. Her sleep became deeper and more restorative, her headaches disappeared, and she regained a sense of vitality. "It was like a fog lifted," she said, her eyes bright with gratitude. "I wish I'd known about this years ago." Protect yourself tonight. To safeguard your health, replace your digital alarm clock with a battery-operated analog model or a traditional wind-up clock, both of which emit no EMF. If you must keep a digital clock, position it at least 6 feet from your bed to minimize exposure. For added protection, consider using EMF shielding fabrics or canopies around your sleeping area, especially if you live in a densely wired environment. Additionally, limit the use of other electronic devices near your bed, such as tablets or e-readers, which can also emit EMF. Why risk another sleepless night when a simple, affordable switch can protect your brain and improve your quality of life? 2. Wi-Fi routers. Invisible waves, visible harm. Your Wi-Fi router, humming quietly in the corner of your bedroom, is a modern convenience that comes with a hidden cost. Emitting radio frequency, RF, radiation around the clock, these devices create a constant field of electromagnetic waves that can penetrate your brain, heart, and other vital organs while you sleep. For seniors, whose biological systems are more vulnerable to disruption, this exposure can have serious consequences. Neurologists at UCLA have warned that RF radiation can weaken the blood-brain barrier, a critical protective layer that prevents harmful substances from entering the brain. This weakening can lead to cognitive impairments, such as memory fog and difficulty concentrating, as well as cardiovascular issues like heart palpitations or arrhythmias. A 2020 study in bioelectromagnetics found that prolonged exposure to RF radiation from Wi-Fi routers can increase oxidative stress in the brain, accelerating neuronal damage in older adults. This is particularly concerning for seniors, as age-related declines in cellular repair mechanisms make them less resilient to such stressors. Over time, this damage may contribute to a higher risk of cognitive decline, dementia, and even cardiovascular events. John, a 70-year-old Vietnam War veteran from Texas, experienced these effects firsthand. For years, he kept his Wi-Fi router on a bedroom shelf, unaware of its potential impact. He began noticing worsening memory lapses, difficulty recalling names, and unsettling heart palpitations that left him anxious and fatigued. "I thought it was just part of getting old," he admitted, his voice tinged with regret. After a routine visit to his cardiologist, who suggested environmental factors might be contributing to his symptoms, John relocated his router to the living room downstairs. Within weeks, his mental clarity improved, and his heart rhythm stabilized. "It's like I got a piece of myself back," he said, shaking his head in disbelief. "I had no idea something so small could make such a big difference." Protect yourself tonight. Relocate your Wi-Fi router to a room far from your sleeping area, ideally on a different floor of your home. If moving the router isn't feasible, invest in a timer that automatically shuts it off at night to reduce exposure during sleep. For those seeking a more permanent solution, consider switching to wired Ethernet connections, which eliminate RF radiation and maintain reliable internet access. Additionally, avoid placing other wireless devices, such as baby monitors or smart speakers, in your bedroom. By creating a radiation-free sleep environment, you can give your brain and heart the rest they need to function optimally. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Plug-in air fresheners. A toxic scent. Plug-in air fresheners, marketed as a way to infuse your bedroom with pleasant scents, may be doing more harm than good, especially for seniors. These devices release a double threat, electromagnetic radiation, EMF, from their electrical components and chemical particles that can irritate the respiratory system. According to pulmonologists at Johns Hopkins University, prolonged exposure to the volatile organic compounds, VOCs, emitted by plug-in air fresheners can reduce lung function by up to 25% in older adults, whose respiratory systems are already more susceptible to inflammation and irritation. When combined with EMF exposure, these devices create a toxic environment that can disrupt sleep and exacerbate conditions like asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. A 2019 study in Environmental Science and Technology found that plug-in air fresheners release chemicals such as formaldehyde and benzene, both of which are linked to respiratory irritation and long-term health risks. For seniors, who often spend more time indoors and may have pre-existing respiratory conditions, these emissions can lead to persistent coughing, shortness of breath, and even cognitive effects due to reduced oxygen delivery to the brain during sleep. Ellen, a 74-year-old grandmother from California, loved the soothing lavender scent of her plug-in air freshener. But over time, she developed a nagging cough and shortness of breath that disrupted her sleep and left her feeling weak. "I thought it was just allergies or my age catching up with me," she said softly, her hands clasped tightly. After her daughter, a nurse, suggested removing the air freshener, Ellen replaced it with natural lavender sachets. Within days, her cough subsided, and her breathing became easier. "I feel like I can take a full breath again," she said, her face lighting up with relief. It's amazing how something so small could cause so much trouble. Protect yourself tonight. Unplug all air fresheners from your bedroom and opt for natural alternatives, such as baking soda to neutralize odors, essential oil diffusers, placed far from your bed and used sparingly, or dried herb sachets like lavender or chamomile. If you prefer a scented environment, consider ventilating your bedroom regularly to improve air quality without relying on synthetic chemicals. For added protection, invest in an air purifier with a HEPA filter to remove airborne particles, but ensure it's placed at a safe distance from your bed to avoid EMF exposure. Don't let an artificial scent compromise your ability to breathe freely and sleep soundly. 4. Charging smartphones. A nightstand nightmare. Charging your smartphone next to your bed is a habit so common it's rarely questioned. Yet for seniors, it's a dangerous practice that can accelerate aging and impair health. The National Institute on Aging reports that charging devices emit amplified electromagnetic fields, EMF, which can increase cellular aging by up to 40% in individuals over 65. This heightened exposure disrupts sleep architecture, reduces melatonin production, and may contribute to cognitive decline, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, and even DNA damage over time. The proximity of a charging phone, just inches from your head, intensifies these risks, as EMF strength decreases significantly with distance. A 2021 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that EMF exposure from smartphones can disrupt neural signaling, leading to symptoms like brain fog, irritability, and difficulty concentrating, particularly in older adults. For seniors with age-related hearing loss, EMF exposure may also exacerbate tinnitus, creating a persistent and distressing ringing that disrupts sleep and quality of life. Robert, a 67-year-old retiree from Florida, was one of many who kept his phone charging on his nightstand every night. "It was my alarm, my flashlight, everything," he explained. But over time, he developed a constant ringing in his ears and restless nights that left him exhausted. After reading about EMF risks online, he decided to move his charging station to the kitchen. Within 2 weeks, the tinnitus faded, and his sleep quality improved dramatically. "I feel like I'm sleeping through the night for the first time in years," he said, his smile wide and genuine. "I had no idea my phone was the problem." Protect yourself tonight. Charge your smartphone in another room, such as the kitchen or living room, to eliminate EMF exposure during sleep. If you need your phone nearby for emergencies, switch it to airplane mode to minimize radiation while still allowing access to basic functions like alarms. Invest in a battery-powered analog alarm clock to replace your phone's alarm feature. For added safety, consider using a Faraday pouch or EMF shielding case for your phone when it's not in use. By making these small changes, you can protect your brain from unnecessary radiation and enjoy deeper, more restorative sleep. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Electric blankets. A cozy but costly risk. An electric blanket may feel like a warm embrace on a cold night, but for seniors, it's a hidden health hazard that envelopes the entire body in electromagnetic radiation, EMF. The Environmental Medicine Research Institute warns that electric blankets create a continuous EMF field that can increase systemic inflammation by up to 35% in older adults. This inflammation can manifest as joint pain, muscle stiffness, cardiovascular irregularities, and disrupted sleep patterns. For seniors, who may already have chronic conditions like arthritis or heart disease, these effects can significantly reduce quality of life. A 2022 study in the Journal of Environmental Health found that prolonged exposure to EMF from electric blankets can elevate markers of inflammation, such as C-reactive protein, which is linked to heart disease and other age-related conditions. Additionally, the heat generated by electric blankets can interfere with the body's natural thermoregulation during sleep, further disrupting restorative processes. Mary, a 76-year-old from Minnesota, relied on her electric blanket to stay warm during harsh winters. But she began experiencing unexplained joint pain, muscle aches, and irregular heartbeats that left her anxious and fatigued. "I thought it was just my body slowing down," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. After her physician suggested eliminating EMF sources, Mary switched to a down comforter and layered wool blankets. Within weeks, her pain subsided, and her heart rhythm stabilized. "I feel 10 years younger," she said, laughing with relief. "I had no idea my blanket was hurting me." Protect yourself tonight. Replace your electric blanket with non-electrical alternatives, such as wool, flannel, or down bedding, which provide warmth without EMF exposure. For additional coziness, try a microwave-heated rice bag or a hot water bottle, but remove them from your bed before sleeping to avoid overheating. If you live in a particularly cold climate, consider investing in a high-quality mattress pad made from natural materials like organic cotton or wool to retain body heat. By prioritizing safe, radiation-free warmth, you can protect your body from inflammation and enjoy restful, pain-free nights. 6. Cordless phones. A hidden radiation hub. Cordless phones, particularly their base stations, are often overlooked sources of continuous radio frequency, RF, radiation in many households. These devices, commonly placed on nightstands or desks for convenience, emit electromagnetic fields, EMF, even when not in use, as the base station maintains a constant signal to communicate with the handset. Research conducted by the University of California, San Francisco, has highlighted the potential health risks associated with prolonged exposure to RF radiation from cordless phones, particularly for older adults. The studies suggest that this exposure may contribute to a range of neurological and physiological issues, including heightened anxiety, memory impairment, and sleep disturbances, especially in seniors whose bodies may be more vulnerable to environmental stressors. The mechanism behind these effects lies in the way RF radiation interacts with the body's nervous system. Prolonged exposure can disrupt cellular communication and increase oxidative stress, potentially leading to inflammation in the brain and nervous system. For seniors, who may already face age-related declines in cognitive function or sleep quality, these disruptions can exacerbate existing challenges, leading to noticeable declines in mental clarity, emotional well-being, and restorative sleep. Additionally, the placement of cordless phone bases in bedrooms, often just a few feet from where people sleep, amplifies the risk, as the body is exposed to this radiation during critical restorative hours. Consider the case of Helen, a 69-year-old retiree from New Jersey. Like many, Helen kept her cordless phone base on her nightstand, valuing its accessibility in case of emergencies during the night. However, she began experiencing persistent anxiety, frequent waking during the night, and difficulty falling back asleep. Initially, she attributed these symptoms to stress or aging, but they persisted despite her efforts to relax through meditation and lifestyle changes. After reading about the potential risks of RF radiation, Helen decided to replace her cordless phone with a traditional wired model. Within weeks, she noticed a marked improvement in her sleep quality and a significant reduction in her anxiety levels. "I didn't realize how much that little device was affecting me," she admitted, reflecting on the subtle but profound impact of removing the cordless phone from her bedroom. "I feel calmer, and I'm sleeping through the night again. It's like I got a piece of myself back." To protect yourself from the hidden dangers of cordless phones, take immediate steps to minimize exposure. The simplest solution is to replace cordless phones with wired alternatives, which eliminate RF radiation. If switching to a wired phone isn't feasible, relocate the cordless phone base station as far as possible from areas where you spend significant time, such as your bedroom or living room. Ideally, place the base in a low-traffic area of the home, such as a hallway or utility room, and avoid keeping it near your bed. For added precaution, consider unplugging the base station at night to halt radiation emissions during sleep hours. By taking these steps, you can create a safer, more restful environment and safeguard your mental and physical well-being. Protect yourself tonight. Swap out cordless phones for wired models to eliminate RF radiation exposure. If you must keep a cordless phone, move the base station far from your bedroom or unplug it at night. Prioritize your peace of mind and long-term health with these simple changes. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 7. Smart TVs and streaming devices. Nighttime radiation traps. Smart TVs and streaming devices, such as Roku, Amazon Fire TV Stick, or Apple TV, have become staples in many households, offering endless entertainment at the touch of a button. However, when these devices are kept in bedrooms, they can transform a space meant for rest into a hub of electromagnetic fields, EMF, and radio frequency, RF, radiation. Unlike traditional televisions, smart TVs and streaming devices are designed to remain connected to Wi-Fi networks, emitting radiation even in standby mode. This constant emission can interfere with the body's natural rhythms, particularly during sleep, when the body is most vulnerable to environmental disruptions. Research from Stanford University has linked prolonged exposure to EMF and RF radiation from such devices to increased oxidative stress, which can accelerate aging and sleep disturbances, particularly in seniors. These effects can manifest as chronic fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and even mood imbalances over time. The science behind these concerns centers on how EMF and RF radiation affect the body at a cellular level. These forms of radiation can disrupt melatonin production, a hormone critical for regulating sleep-wake cycles, leading to poor sleep quality and reduced restorative benefits of rest. For older adults, whose melatonin levels naturally decline with age, this disruption can be particularly detrimental, exacerbating issues like insomnia or fragmented sleep. Furthermore, oxidative stress caused by EMF exposure may contribute to inflammation and cellular damage, which can compound age-related health challenges, such as cognitive decline or weakened immune function. Keeping a smart TV or streaming device in the bedroom, especially near the bed, means prolonged exposure during the night, when the body is attempting to repair and rejuvenate. Take the example of George, a 72-year-old retiree from Arizona, who loved winding down each night by watching shows on his bedroom smart TV. Despite sleeping for 8 or more hours, George frequently woke up feeling fatigued, irritable, and mentally foggy. "I thought I was just tired from getting older," he explained, unaware that his bedroom TV could be contributing to his symptoms. After learning about the potential risks of EMF radiation, George decided to remove the smart TV from his bedroom and switch to reading or listening to music before bed. Within just a few days, he noticed a significant improvement in his energy levels and mental clarity. "I feel sharper than I have in years," he said with a grin, amazed at how such a simple change could yield such dramatic results. George's experience underscores the importance of creating a bedroom environment free from radiation-emitting devices to promote restful sleep and overall well-being. To protect yourself from the risks posed by smart TVs and streaming devices, take proactive steps to minimize exposure. The most effective solution is to remove these devices from your bedroom entirely, reserving the space for sleep and relaxation. If removing the TV isn't an option, ensure it is completely unplugged at night, as standby mode still allows for radiation emissions. For streaming devices, consider using them in a separate room, such as a living room, and opt for wired connections, like Ethernet cables, over Wi-Fi when possible to further reduce EMF exposure. Additionally, create a nighttime routine that avoids screen time at least an hour before bed, allowing your body to naturally wind down and produce melatonin. By transforming your bedroom into a radiation-free sanctuary, you can enhance your sleep quality, boost your energy, and support long-term health. Protect yourself tonight. Remove smart TVs and streaming devices from your bedroom to eliminate EMF and RF radiation exposure. If keeping them is necessary, unplug them completely at night and consider moving them to a non-sleeping area of the home. Create a restful, radiation-free sleep haven to support your physical and mental health. That's it, folks. The 7 surprising bedroom items that could be silently harming your health, especially if you're over 65. From digital clocks to smart TVs, these hidden dangers might be stealing your sleep, clarity, and vitality every night. But now you have the power to transform your bedroom into a true sanctuary with simple changes that can start tonight. What have you learned from this video that shocked you the most? Maybe it's the danger of charging your phone by your bed or the risks of that cozy electric blanket. Share one thing you've learned and plan to put into practice in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you're taking control of your health. If you found this video eye-opening, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more life-changing health tips to help you thrive.